Hello, hello, I'm MTG Joe, and today we're going to have a quick one. So one of the requested decks that I got from a couple people was some sort of Golgari control deck based around Vraska, Golgari Queen, Nissa, so kind of some strong green-black planeswalkers, and then a plethora of removal options. So fellow content creator Jake MTG had a Golgari mid-range list that I took as a starting point. He did have a bit more in terms of early ramp in Paradise Druid, which I didn't like how it played out with the Carnarium. Also, no Legions end main, so I tweaked it a bit. So I went up a couple more Golgari to 3. It's really good against Teferi, Narset, stuff like that. And then I dropped the Paradise Druids, went to a full 4 of Duress in the main board to hedge against non-creature matchups, because we'll have a lot of dead cards in terms of cast downs, Legion's End, Cry, against like control decks. But the deck itself is looking to control the game early with a variety of removal and disruption. So you have Duress, cast down, Legion's End, Assassin's Trophy, Cry, Carnarium, and then all your threats later are pretty much huge bombs. You also have Vraska's Contempt, which would sweep up any planeswalkers. So we have Leyline Prowler. It's a 2/3 Death Touch lifelink that can also ramp us up. So we can effectively go turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Prowler, turn 3 Nissa, which is quite powerful. We have Ripjaw Raptor. We'll see how good it is. It's kind of a card draw engine, so against non-Teferi decks without the bounce, it should be pretty good. Vampires, anything like that. We have Massacre Girl to sweep up the board. As I mentioned, Vraska can, with her minus, deal with any sort of 3-drop, which are quite prevalent right now with Narset, Teferi, any of those folks. Nissa, as always, a very powerful planeswalker, can make an army of 1/1s and then ramp us up. Massacre Girl is a board wipe in the deck. We have Liliana and Ugin as our top end. Both create 2/2s, both create card advantage, and both can serve as removal. So it's pretty much the main board. The one thing of note too, we are playing 3 Field of Ruins. This is an ode to the Field of the Dead decks. I also switched up his mana base a bit. He had 2 temples, no Woodland Cemetery. I don't know if that was a personal preference. He was just missing the cards in Arena. But I went up to 4 Woodland and 3 temples. May want to go to the 4th temple, but we'll see. I want to have untapped lands because it's important for us to hit our cards on curve. Sideboard-wise, we have Veil of Summer versus the Esper decks, Legion's End versus Vampires or Scapeshift, Noxious Grasp when we need green or white stuff, 4th Assassin's Trophy, Ashiok versus Scapeshift, Crucible. With Field of Ruin, you could kind of get that lock going. We have Ritual of Soot, which is a good sweeper, and then another Ugin. The one thing, so we're going to try this out first. I might switch a Ripjaw for a Karn. Karn's guaranteed card advantage, whereas this isn't. So I want to see how that plays out throughout the games, if we'd want to have Karn or that. So we'll play a couple games of ranked, see how it goes. I've been on a terrible win streak this morning. Losing streak, not win streak. Season just restarted. We are at gold 2. I progressed to lose every single game. I tried different decks. I just was getting... It was one of those moments where you felt the opponent had the perfect curve every single time, and instead you just got screwed by 1 card at a time. So this hand's not going to do anything. We can keep this. So what we can do is... so this hand, I'm going to get rid of the Prowler. So if we don't draw a black source, what we can do is Field of Ruin, get a black source, and then Duress them. So let's see what the opponent's going with. Okay, so this is Dinosaurs. Probably an issue. Main board. They are missing lands, which is good for us. So if we can keep them off the early mana accelerants, So here, just gonna pass the turn. We'll keep up the Vraska's Contempt if they do drop a land. Okay, so they got the land. Legion's End is going to be very good if they go Marauding Raptor. So getting a quick Nissa down is also good. Field of Ruin is less useful in this matchup, so I'm fine to animate that. Like at most we can take them off the block, but they're pretty far behind at this point. So our opponent's about to get rocked. So here we can, or let's shock in, because then I should be able to hold up Contempt as well. Yeah, so I think they kind of get the gist. So Dinosaurs. Noxious Grasp for sure. Another Assassin's Trophy, and probably Ugin at the top end. Ritual's also probably a pretty good board clear. The Cries aren't that good. Duress also isn't that good in this matchup. Legion's End was okay there. I'll probably shave Massacre Girl. Massacre Girl at the top end at least can block. We don't have a lot to get the chain going other than our Llanowar Elves. So we can try that. At the very worst, she's a 5 mana, 4/4 menace. Like we could go another Legion's End, but it's really situational. I think we run it like that. Vampires is going to get a big boost in the next couple days with Rampaging Ferocidon. If we see like an uptick in this, we'll probably want more targeted removal. And to be honest, I might want to shave the Leylines for the Leyline Predators for Ravenous Chupacabras. I think just controlling the board, like if we drop our Planeswalkers, we're quite far ahead. I'm gonna keep this hand just because it's got a lot of good early removal. Commune. Okay, so they might have brought the Shocks in, which seems a little aggressive against us. So I think the utility this provides is better for us to kill it now. I don't love giving them a land, but most of their bigger stuff will be green based. It's a nice forest mirage based. Sorry if I'm a little bit quieter on this video. It's early Sunday morning. So I'm just going to do this to keep them off Ghalta. We are controlling their board, but we do need something to get going. We just pass the turn here. So we've drawn a lot of lions. This is one of the things. Oh, they have Veil of Summer. Punished. Should have done it. Should have known better. So we take some damage there. So two things with this deck. There's no unconditional board wipes. No early card draw. Something like Scion Blood would be really good. Vraska works out nice
Before
here.
I make you disappear.
Because she can take down Rotting Registar. Second Veil of Summer. Alright, well... probably lose out on this one. Liliana is probably our out now. Legion's End hit us for 11. Yeah, so we're Liliana or bust. One time Liliana. Ritual. Yeah. Them having 2 Veil of Autumns was very effective for them. I think we just run it back. We probably need a card, like some sort of card advantage. We answered their early threats, but not enough to kind of keep going. And this is where I think like the Chupacabra being able to kill something and also be a threat on its own is pretty useful. Some other cards we can look at for the deck would be something like a Jade Light Ranger or Merfolk Branchwalker. I'm going to keep this hand. We got an early Assassin's Trophy if we need it. Do we want to go Overgrown on one? So we have Assassin's Trophy, we have Ritual. I think we just go Field of Ruin and clean up our mana. Get another... because we can take them off black mana. I doubt they play... so here... take them off the red, probably? Or the green. So take them off Overgrown Tomb. They do have a slower hand. So here I'll just go, we got double black. Just go Forest here. And they might have brought... okay, so Ripjaw is nice. So Ripjaw gives us a good clock and also a card draw engine. The fact the opponent doesn't have a turn 1 accelerant or turn 2 bodes well for us. Noxious Grasp does suck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're missing online, so it's fine. I don't want to give them the land with the Assassin's Trophy just yet. So here... probably just make the token.
This isn't your average zombie. This looks
No
like
attacks.
a fun new toy.
This cuts down, so at worst they can play a 4-drop. Yeah, took him out. So one thing, let's take a look. So with the sideboard, Probably okay going down an Ugin for an Elderspell for the sideboard. We're gonna have a hard time against like heavy Teferi decks, I think. And I do think we want maybe cut down. Oh, I don't want 2 Vraskas down. I just want 1. Why is my mouse sticking? Let's try go down 1 Actually, Vraska's card draw. My mouse is sticking today. Massacre Girl, maybe? Seems a little bit more situational. And then go 1 Karn. We noticed that game that the card draw was a little hampering. We'll run it back for 1 more quick. So let me know as well if there's any other decks you'd be interested in seeing. We're getting closer to Throne of Eldraine and the release of Brawl. I'll probably be doing Brawl for at least 25 to 50% of my content at first. I love EDH, it's my favorite format. We will keep this hand. Turn 3 Ripjaw. Turn 4 Nissa. Actually, turn 3 Nissa. Temple of Mystery bodes well as a slower deck. And then we'll set up the scry here. Field is probably what I want to be on in this matchup, to be honest. Temple of Mystery would usually suggest some sort of ramp-based deck. And if we could screw with their mana, could be advantageous. Simic Flash should be an interesting deck to see how we match up against. So this is Scapeshift or Banned Ramp. No, Scapeshift. So we are just gonna go face here. I want to hold off the field because they may be more inclined to get the Field of the Dead. And then if we can start Crucible locking them, it would be good. We do lack a clean way of finding both pieces, so it's more of just a grindy value. Okay, so they go Rejuvenator. They do have their own Field of Ruin here. So I can probably just go Temple here. Because I'm worried about a board wipe. And then it takes out our lands. We're not at a huge density of lands. Do the forest. So I'll attack in for 6. I'm not as worried as Teferi, but some of these decks have started playing Time White main board. So Ripjaw. We are just threatening with a Nissa ultimate in 2 turns, and we have a backup Nissa as well. So Time Raveler will come on Ripjaw most likely.
Here we go.
Queen Golgari. So here, let's go 1 into you. Just in case they have Growth Spiral into Field of the Dead.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
I think we just drop the Ripjaw again. And just hold off.
Behold,
I'm probably going to
nature's
pop
true
this
power.
one next turn because we have the backup Nissa. And this is where, like, when Scapeshift doesn't have an early Field of the Dead, it's a lot harder. Okay, so they have the fields. They can Scapeshift here. So they do have it. Can get quite a few zombies here. So maybe a turn too slow. We could have kept up the Field of Ruin. So they get 7 zombies. Not quite lethal. Ripjaw also can draw some cards. Liliana is nice. Liliana involves us. Lands you control are indestructible. So here, let's just go green. Or actually, I don't want to do that. Let's just do the emblem. Go get a bunch of lands.
Life cannot be denied.
I didn't select all our Overgrown Tombs. It's a bit annoying. So I think we just... So Vraska could kill one of them. Also gains us a life to sack one. Or we just go Ripjaw. Draw us a couple cards. These are also indestructible, so it's a free attack. And then Nissa should hopefully get us some value with like the Lilianas and stuff. Okay, so they're gonna get some lions. They're gonna get more zombies. We're basically just trying to dig for our Carnarium or Legion's End. That's bad. You know, I was probably wrong to not field there. So they'll get a few Field of Ruins. Hope is they may be running out of lands to do a full Scapeshift. 25 minutes. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah. can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With Nissa, generate a bit of mana. That's not gonna help. So we're just gonna try to dig as much as possible here.
Strange and magnificent world.
So we have Massacre Girl as an out.
Rise, my elemental friend.
So I'm willing to attack with all. If they block the Ripjaw Raptor, we get to draw 2 cards. They are inclined to block at least one of them. We have a couple outs. See if they take the 4 damage. It's Karn. It's Woodland. So not quite there yet. So Liliana here.
Fire servants, your corpse will volunteer. A little death never hurt anyone.
We gotta sacrifice these. We'll draw 2 cards. Okay, got it. A little annoying because it gets our board. So what we're gonna do is go like actually. So double black. Just do Cry Carnarium. So we're able to draw into it, which is nice. I don't know why our lands didn't die, but okay, that looks like a bug. Gonna get rid of the Scapeshift here. So let's go Karn. Yeah, sweet. Managed to pull that off. 2 Scapeshifts we got through. Just digging in that case. So obviously Legion's End, the Ritual of Soot are good, Assassin's Trophy, Crucible, Ashiok. Wow, opponent just conceded on that. That was pretty sweet. Welcome to those tuning in. We are playing a Golgari control deck. So the original list came from Jake MTG, but I switched it up a bit just to deal with a little bit more threats. So basically what we're trying to do is have a lot of early removal in a variety of forms. Duress versus Control, Cast Down, Legion's End, Assassin's Trophy, Cries, Contempts, Vraska's removal. Then you have Ramp in terms of Llanowar Elf and Leyline Prowler into some of your bigger threats. And then the sideboard's just a bunch of situational removal as well, just to switch. But you're basically winning off the back of Liliana, Nissa, and Ugin, and in some cases just Ripjaw beats. We could do... Let's do a best of 1 just to see. I usually like playing these decks in a couple formats just to get, or a couple of variations, just so viewers can see if they want to play a best of 1 variant or a best of 3 variant. This deck feels like it's got a lot of tools. I may be inclined to splash a little blue. Things like Tameo would be very good in the deck to kind of recycle. You get some sort of card draw. Sure. Let's see. Esper, please. Okay. So in this matchup, You can take the Growth Spiral, so Boreal Grazer. Their hand's quite slow. We also have a field to deal with Scapeshift here. I'm gonna have to... Okay, so let's scry. We want some removal, no more lions. The deputy's a little annoying with the Ripjaw. They'll play Sanctuary. So I'm gonna lead on Ripjaw here, because if they want to play Deputy. If they do play Teferi out here, then I will Vraska it. Opponent almost sent us a message. Okay, so Carnarium's a great draw here. So if they're taking their turn off to Deputy the Ripjaw, I'm fine with that. Instead they root. So we got the first wave of Scapeshift down. So we'll drop that. I'm just gonna go tap land into Prowler here. If they field Scapeshift, I'm fine with that because we have Cry. Okay, no Field of Ruin, or Field of the Dead is nice. Nissa's also nice. So let's see what Nissa. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that only generates 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So we can go Vraska off it, but I think we just get Liliana going. Because I want to do Vraska to pop the Deputy of Detention. And then we get back Liliana. So we can do that next turn where I'm playing Nissa and Vraska.
Your corpse will make an excellent minion.
And then this hedges are against a time wipe if they have it. We get to draw 3 cards. Liliana's sounding a bit more evil in this variation. Got my Christmas mug. It's the biggest mug I have. So this can be Deputy. Or float the mana for Scapeshift. No, time wipe. So we played proper. We get Assassin's Trophy.
Looks like you're on your own.
So here, my math checks out. Yep, so we can Vraska.
Power surges through these lands.
Untap a forest.
The land shall conquer you.
Attack in. They're not gonna block. Vraska's really good in this format.
Your wise words. Oh, the day is yours.
And through all that, we still have both Assassin's Trophy, Cry, and the Field of Ruin for their first Field of the Dead. Okay, so they Scapeshift. That's fine. Interesting, they didn't float mana. They had basically at least 1 point of free mana to drop the Arboreal Grazer. The one thing this deck is a little weak to is instant speed Scapeshift through Teferi. Our hand's pretty loaded right now though. If you're going to play this in the best of one, I'd probably suggest switching some number of the cast downs for Legion's End, or maybe play a Ritual of Soot. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to go Carnarium. Field of the Dead, Field of Ruin, the Field of the Dead. Here we can get a forest. Just untap the swamp.
The land fights for us.
They can throw it in front there. Yeah, we still have Assassin's Trophy mana.
Good help is easy to find in war.
Probably going to die anyway.
Gonna just decline the sack here. Welcome to all tuning in. We are playing a Golgari control deck. We are playing best of one right now. We played a couple games of best of three. We were able to beat Scapeshift, as well as... I forget what the other deck was. Oh, Dinos. Jund Dinos. So they have the Hydrate Crisis. That's not going to be enough. We have the Assassin's Trophy. And that should be game. Alrighty. It doesn't really matter. Lands, just do the swamp.
Behold, nature's true power.
Smash in. Should be the game. Got him. Welcome all, welcome all. I'm MTG Joe. So, for those of you new to the channel or the stream, I do a lot of YouTube content, play a bunch of different decks, usually a little bit off meta in the sense. We do play pretty much everything from tier 1 decks to budget brews. Some of you may have read my write-ups on Reddit. We do a lot of budget build series, basically taking a very budget version of a deck and building it out to a tier 1 deck. So once Eldraine comes out, we'll be working on that. So this is the list that we're playing today. It is a mix of early interaction in the form of like Duress, Cast Down, Legion's End's Assassin's Trophy. You got Cries, Vraska's Contempt, and then a number of strong Planeswalker threats. You got Karn, Vraska, Nissa, Ugin, and Liliana. Got a couple Field of Ruins for the Scapeshift matchup, which makes it a little bit better. And then we got Veil of Summer, Legion's End, Noxious Grasp, Elderspell, some more removal, basically Ashiok versus the Scapeshift matchup, Crucible, and Ritual on the side. So we've been playing a couple games of both best of 3 and best of 1. For those of you who just tuned in, if you want to catch the full video, like I said, we played a best of 3 match against Jund Dinos and against Scapeshift, so you can see the sideboard decisions made there. Right after this stream, I will upload this to my YouTube channel, MTG_Joe. So that's the easiest way to catch any of my content. If you are tuning in at any given time zone wise, if it doesn't work, you can catch everything there. And while you're there, if you feel inclined to, you can hit that subscribe button. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. So this is going to be an aggressive matchup, so I think we go Lightning Strike. So this is Izzet Wizards. Cast down's nice. We can cast down this Assassin's Trophy Adelies and then drop a Planeswalker. So I'm quite happy with the way this turned out. This is a deck that never quite got enough support, but I love like tempo decks. Okay, Ugin's not where we want to be. So really want to land here. If we can get that land, then we can drop Vraska or Karn. So this deck usually plays like Dive Down or Spell Pierce, so we're going to want to do it while they're tapped out. It does open us up in the event they have something like Spell Pierce. When... that sucks. It's not what we wanted. So we had an opening there to drop a Karn, with starting to uptick it. We are going to have to play somewhat defensively now. So cast down's not as good there. So if we could control their threats, it's also good for us. They're just not straight Adelies.
I was getting bored anyway.
Okay, so we have Duress. I think we just go... here... take the damage. Just do chart, of course. Just pass turn. So getting a little hampered on Lions. This is a matchup as well that we like. Cry pretty much wins us the game. Drop spells that don't. So I'm gonna go cast down on the Lava Runner. Presents more immediate damage. That also got the lightning strike out, so it might give us a little bit more time with Karn to dig. Even if they give us lands, it's not the end of the world. Karn also going to 5 require. Okay, give me. They're gonna give me the full. Oh, they give me the tomb. Ooh, that's a little dangerous, but let's see what they got going there. That was worth it. That was definitely worth the 2 points of damage. So any spell gets Karn killed. A land lets us play out Ugin. Okay, so that's still not enough to kill Karn. And they're just going face. So let's see what we get with Karn first. Yeah, Ashiok Falco. Like, I will take that trade any day. So another land. This Karn's not doing worlds for us. So we need to dodge a haste threat or a burn for a turn. We're probably dead regardless this game. Okay, so that suggests to me they don't have... Here they won't give us anything of value. They give us Ripjaw. Okay, Ripjaw buys us a turn. So I'm going to do this so I can Field of Ruin and thin out our library. So we just need to survive this turn because we have Carnarium that we can get back with the Karn. I think we're dead regardless now. Block, take 4. Yeah. Opponent got us there. We'll run one more. Got a little hampered on lines there. That is quite an aggressive deck. But if we saw the other half of our deck's removal, it would have been a lot more useful. That's a matchup where, yeah, I guess Cry and Ritual of Soot doesn't make too much of a difference. This is a very slow hand. I'm gonna mulligan this one. Okay, we'll keep this. We're obviously missing black. We're a ways away from Liliana. On the play, Llanowar Elf gives us a bit more encouragement. Sweet. Just in case it's a hero deck. This will also give us a turn against a Teferi where we can get this down, they'll bounce it, then we Vraska. So this can't be Tyrant Scorn, it can be cast down, which they may have. It's a Spark. Okay. Don't bounce my elf, don't bounce my elf.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
Don't bounce my elf. Done. Okay, so
Might be a bad idea.
Okay, perfect. So this is a match I wanted to play just to see how the deck functions. They're going to get a lot more card advantage in the traditional sense by playing blue. As well as in best of one, we have a lot of deck cards. Okay, this being Esper Hero is a little bit more encouraging. Gonna just cast down.
Unfortunate casualty.
I'm gonna decline here just in case. So they can Kaya's Wrath, which feels bad, but I'm gonna play out both of them in case they have another Teferi. They can bounce one. This will also, if they have the Hostage Taker, take our Llanowar Elf. Play out the Llanowar Elf. So Liliana would be good here. Cry's not terrible. But probably want to save that.
Alive or alive?
Just get some card to draw. Pass turn. So it's a little bit weaker because they do have Thought Erasure. Let them waste their time here.
Oh, curses that hurt.
Want him to drop a hero.
Longer, stand by and watch. No! I am not making this up as I go!
So we need a Liliana. Thought Erasure on upkeep. Okay, Thought Erasure me. So this matchup's usually not a field matchup when it's the creature based, so they're not going to be playing Search for Azcanta. So I'm probably okay to just...
Don't dwell on what's about to happen.
So Vraska's pulled her weight. Ooh, Assassin's Trophy. I think we just Trophy Teferi. Teferi's gonna give him card advantage. Vraska can survive another turn of attacks. And then just them being able to Kaya's Wrath on our turn. That early Dispark really hurt us. We would be in a lot better position. Mind you, if we would have led with the Vraska first, we would have lost the game already. So far this deck's felt a bit better in best of 3. Being able to tailor your matchup with select cards is a lot better than the best of 1 variants. Oh. Yes, please.
Being ruthless has its rewards.
It's a little awkward. I should tap the mana first, because now we're punished and we can't play Liliana. That was a mistake. It was a mistake. I'm gonna feel really bad now. Ah, that was probably the game. If we snuck Liliana there, we would have been in a good spot. Vraska sacking Liliana's tokens to draw 2 cards. That's their hero. What they deputy here. That's actually quite dangerous for them. Okay.
You'll have to try harder than that.
So not super punished just yet.
Warrior Queen Necromancer. Rise and shine.
I could probably get rid of a forest. It's a little bit worse if we draw Nissa. Nissa. We get 2 draws. They'll probably go all in at Vraska. So I'm just going to try to take a trade where possible. Mind you, if they hold back the hero, then... Yeah, so that keeps Vraska alive. I just need to draw into a removal spell.
Not, want not.
If we can draw the removal spell, then we can hit the deputy. And then that wipes the board. Jeez. So here... I just want to hold off on the zombie. Okay, I guess we're just not going to draw anything but lands this game.
Putrid, but effective.
So the other game we didn't draw. This is still managed to take him out. So that engine is actually really effective. Alright, so I'm probably going to wrap it up now. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. So if you came in at any part, want to catch the full video, like I said, we played some best of 3 earlier on against Scapeshift and Gen Dinos. I'll have this video uploaded to YouTube probably within the hour. If you do enjoy the content, consider a quick follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. Both are free and easy ways to support the channel. If you enjoy the content, would greatly appreciate it if you could. We are closing in on 1,000 subs on YouTube. Once we do, we will be doing a giveaway, and giveaways are always for the subs, so at any point if you sub, you'll be automatically entered. Thanks for tuning in, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a great one.